Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to receive future updates. And there we go, and we are live. Hello everybody, welcome to Castle Bryno, which is just a normal house, but the kitchen that you are all so wonderfully familiar with. It is the end of the month, and once again that means it's time for a live stream. And as you saw by the title, this is going to be a very luxurious and exquisite live stream because it's going to be featuring a luxurious and exquisite pizza, featuring luxurious and exquisite and expensive ingredients, although they were expensive when I bought them a while ago. Yep, these two things here, truffle stuff. This little jar just contains whole black summer truffles. Bought these a while ago. Let's see how far a while ago. I think both of these are past their use by date, which is why I'm kind of using them right now. But these are black truffles, very expensive. This is black truffle carpaccio, which I think gives you the biggest bang for your buck as far as truffles go. But I want to use them in a dish, and so I'm going to make a pizza out of them. I mean, I think you saw me earlier, maybe a year ago, maybe it was the beginning of 2020, before lockdown business happened. I made a truffle and mushroom pizza, but that was kind of a, I don't want to say it didn't quite work out so well. I used my rotating, spinning pizza oven that I would normally have here. It was before I became proficient in cooking stuff on my pizza stone in my oven, which is obviously what I'm doing now. So what I'm going to do again is make some Alfredo sauce this time for this pan right here. I'm going to grate a truffle, put it in there. I've done that before also with some fettuccine Alfredo, just going to do that with a pizza. You can see my pan is here. I'm going to be sauteing some mushrooms here before putting them onto the pizza, just to make it fill it out with some mushroom flavor. Some good stuff there. And as you can see, I got some dough right here, but what I'm going to do this time here, I'm not actually going to use all the dough. I'm going to make a smaller pizza because it's expensive and it's going to be fattening. I'm only going to make a small pizza. I'm only using half of the dough here. I'm going to freeze the other half and use it possibly and potentially for another video down the line. So stay tuned for that. So before I go any further, let's take a look and see if there's any action in the chat room. I doubt there is. Of course there is not, because I did a crap job of promoting this, but oh well, you'll probably be watching this on replay, so leave a comment down below if you like. So anyway, let me pull that back up one more, just be completely safe. So anyway, as is usual, I'm going to have a beverage while preparing my food here on this live stream. This one is going to be a Gamma Bomb IPA from the local Wartwing Brewing Company. I actually got this 6-pack yesterday. And of course, me being live and fully prepared, I don't have a glass. I'll just use whatever I can find here. It's not one of my proper beer glasses, but it'll have to do. Pop that open and a pour. No glugs at all. Getting some of this here going. A little bit on the greenish, whatever-ish side, and very, very hoppy on the aroma. I'm trying to remember what hops this little IPA used, if it says it at all. 7.2% ABV. And this is a weird thing on the can. Once there was something about a dictator so evil that he forced upon the masses a beer that had no soul. But then again, one good-hearted scientist, or perhaps many posing as one, rose up and concocted evil, dethroning formula and saved the world. Gamma Bomb IPA, an iridescent IPA with flavors of citrus, pine, and a dry, resinous finish that explodes with hoppy goodness. Pull the pin. Alright, I'll pull the pin. Nope, that's not a pin. It's a tab and it won't pull off easily. So I'll just sip it instead. Alright. Didn't taste as good yesterday for some reason. But anyway, I've got a pizza to make, but first I've got a sauce and some mushrooms to saute, so let's take care of that first. So let me see, what am I going to do first? Butter for the Alfredo sauce. This calls for a 1/4 cup of butter. So I'm trying to remember what the ratio is. 4 tablespoons for a 1/4 cup of butter. First, let me turn this on to a low setting. There's that. Number 2. So I'm going to take this here, I think this stick of butter, and cut it in half. There's that. Where is knifey knife here? Eyeball the center of the stick. Close enough. Cut in half. Get this in there. And you know what? I think I'll maybe get a bit of a head start as well to get the pan and get that going. Oh, let me switch some camera angles first for your convenience. Get to the split screen. There we go. And am I doing this right? I want to make sure everything going. Looks like everything's okay. So anyway, you see here, I got my butter going. It's going to be melting in a bit. This going to be sauteing the mushrooms. Get some avocado oil here. Good sauteing stuff. I think that's all I need for this. I'll just put this away. And for convenience sake, I'll get a bowl to store my mushrooms in once they're done. So what are we doing next? We'll just put up room with the butter here. I'll put this butter back in the fridge. Don't think I need any more. Now the original recipe says I should put some cream in this, so I'm trying to remember how much cream it was. I don't even remember how much cream I was supposed to put in there. Let's see if I can load that recipe real quick. It was from allrecipes.com, if memory serves me right. Easy Alfredo sauce recipe. All recipes, quick and easy Alfredo sauce. It only had a few ingredients, just the butter, some garlic, cream, Parmesan cheese. Is this, this one had, not this recipe, it's not all recipes. That one has cream cheese in it, which, yeah, to each their own, but oh, there are 2 of them. Clove of garlic, I don't know, what is that? Oh, that's another one with all that stuff with noise in it. I don't want noise, the only noise I want you to hear is my Vocaloids doing vocalization. Doing a little Australian accent there for no reason. I think the recipe mentioned something about Gruyere cheese in it as well, so, or at least this recipe person. Oh yeah, it is allrecipes.com. I'm just saying, oh, cup of heavy cream. So this also called for a clove of garlic, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt the butter first, then crush a couple cloves of garlic to get some garlicky goodness in it and get it all fine and wonderful in there. Then put the cream in, heat it up a bit, and let's see, I need something else here. Yep, this grater, because I'm going to grate one entire truffle into the sauce, give it some nice truffle flavor, which will be really, really fun and tasty. So now, let's see, this is getting hot for the... See, no, I think I'm going to get the mushrooms in first. First, let's open this up, get the plastic junkiness out of it. I'm going to give it a tiny little rinse in the sink, because why not? Let's take a look. Some of the little bits are falling out, but that doesn't matter too much. This is 8 ounces of just sliced white mushrooms. I don't think I'm going to use all these in the little pizza, but it's best to have some stuff anyway. And better too much rather than too little. Better have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So, do I have a spoon to jostle the stuff with, or it's probably drying? Indeed it is. So now, avocado oil in the pan. Let's saute some mushrooms. Get out of here. More mushrooms spilling out all over the place. I didn't know I could do that. Another accomplishment. Doing the flippy thing with mushrooms. Yay! Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for that, let's rip open this thing of this baggie of garlic. Find a plate. I should probably put this butter away. More flip-flop action. Everything on the burner, and my hands are burning and everything. Yep, I got a little too cocky. Maybe a little more on the Alfredo sauce pot. And clinking that as well, which I didn't want to do, but oh well. Everything's coming along nicely. Excuse me, what I think there's somebody watching, maybe. Would you be the first time this evening? Thank you for coming in. If I can get this garlic out of the bowl. Did I get 2 or 3? I think I got 2 cloves, which is exactly what I wanted. So in case you just tuned in, I am making a pizza, but you can't tell because there's no dough out yet. That's because the dough is right here. And the sauce I'm going to be using is an Alfredo sauce, and I'm going to make that from scratch right here. Right here in this bit right there. I'm trying to melt the butter first. After that, if I can find the garlic crusher, presser, mincer, which of course is dry because I used it earlier this week. Open that. Oh, let's open this thing of garlic. Open up the second one. We'll get to the fun bit with the pasta dough. Not the pasta dough. Pasta. I already made pasta with an Alfredo sauce with truffles in it, which you can find on my archives somewhere. That's done. Garlic is done. Look at the fridge it goes. More flip-flop action on the mushrooms. Partially to get rid of some of the moisture that's in these already, since it's not going to do good for the pizza. But anyway, since this is at a point, since the butter's at a point where it is not quite bubbly, but it's melted, so let's get some garlic in there. Right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can do this left-handed. Don't screw this up. Put that away. Ow! Ow! Ouch! That hurt a lot. Hot water on my fingers. Either that or it was oil. Either way, it burdened my middle finger, my single deuce finger. Anyway, is there a strainer? Oh yes, here there is. Actually, let me get the smaller one. Once I think the mushrooms are in a good state, I'll just there's a little piece of mushroom I don't think is cooked properly. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. Probably am. Which makes me wonder, am I even audio on? Yes, it is. Mine's playing tricks on me, amongst other things. Oh, that's starting to smell pretty nice. Next, let's get some heavy cream here for this Alfredo sauce. Put that there. Pour a cup of cream. Alright, I think that's good. I shouldn't shake it up too much, otherwise it'll spill everywhere. That goes away. This goes back in the fridge. This goes back onto the burner. Let's bring it up to number 3. Take a fork just to swirl it around, just make sure it comes together. Once it starts bubbling, then I'm going to put the Parmesan cheese in it and the grate the truffle in. Meanwhile, the mushrooms, they're starting to stick, which tells me they might be done. We may have gotten all the moisture we can out of it, so in fact, I want to call it done, so here we go. Yeah, some escaped. Another one escaped. I'm just going to use my there we go, spoon here, where I probably should have been in the first place. There we go there. Alright, the pan is done. Let that go, put this back into the bowl, save it for later for the topping of the pizza, which will come shortly. Once I actually get started on the actual dough. Let me see. Do a little premature rinsing of the pan with cold water to get it back down to temperature. I don't want this melting or burning anything in the sink. Next, let's see. That's still on. Let me just getting impatient here. I'm going to turn that up there. But now, let's see. I don't need this anymore. I don't think I ever used it. So back in there goes. This is for toppings. This is for the sauce. And this will be for the sauce as well. But let's see. Let's just get to the main portion. Not really the main event, but the principal ingredient, which is the dough. Do a little cleaning action here of this work surface while I'm waiting for stuff to be done. And get a swig of beer in the process. Open this back up. Wipe this down. Alright, there's that. And then dry it off to be safe. Make sure nothing sticks. That shouldn't stick at least. Okay, so now, first things first, get a knife out here. I'm not going to use my chef's knife, just use this little cheapo, flimsy knife that I got. Get that, eyeball and chop this in half. That goes into the bowl. I think I should get some flour just to work with the surface to stretch it out. And where's the flour? Here's the flour. Because I hide it places. Before we get into that, since there's nothing really going on, actually, you know what? I'm kind of happy with where that is now. So, a nice little simmer. So, this also recipe called for 6 ounces of Parmesan cheese right here. So let's put it all into this. Here, it's not boiling, but there's some separation going on. A little potatoes, delicate. More stirring, here we go. Another handful in. Again, this might be a little bit too early, but then again, biggest concern is this sauce being too grainy. But then again, since this is going into a pizza, it might not be as big of a problem. There will be some lumps and junk here and there, but nothing really to get too worried about. Although in hindsight, I think maybe I should have put in a little bit of flour just to roux this up to give the cheese something to connect to when it's melting and such, but oh well. But then again, the butter is going to help with that anyway. Let's see, let's just dump the rest of it in there. Alright. Let's see. Ow. Let's stir this up. Make sure everything gets mixed up and in all nice and smooth. I don't think it's going to be smooth, but I'm not. As long as it's sort of melty and sort of got that consistency, I'll be happy with it. Alright, it's getting there. It's getting there. Happy with this. Now, let's have a little bit of fun with the black truffle. Let's get this big one right here. Alright. Now let's see if I can do this without messing up my fingers. This is what the inside of a truffle looks like after it's been grated a little bit. A little bit of an exclusive here on Bryno's World. The outside might not be so tasty or happy, but it's gonna be good. Alright. Getting this black truffle into the Alfredo sauce, hopefully without grating my fingers in the process. You know, I think that's as good as it's going to get. I'll get some of the big bits in there too, because I don't care. And I'll save this sauce for when I'm making some pasta or whatever for myself. So this will not go to waste. As if I would waste a black truffle Alfredo sauce. So, Billy, how you doing here? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Flying mostly solo here. So anyway, I don't know if you saw the title or not, but I'm attempting to make a black truffle pizza. And as you just saw, I was grating one whole preserved and canned, not canned, but jarred black truffle into the Alfredo sauce here, which I'm making from scratch. Here is the can of this, not the can, the jar of that stuff. And I've already sauteed some mushrooms here, which are also going to go onto the pizza as well. And I'm also finally getting started on the pizza dough here, since I'm doing some from scratch ingredients. I'm only using half the dough that I normally use, because I don't want to make a giant pizza with this, because I just felt like quality over quantity, if you will. So let's roll this bugger out whilst I sip some Gamma Bomb IPA from Warped Wing right here in Dayton, Ohio. Get my foot down on this just to make sure nothing gets out of place here. This is going to be a very, very small pizza, but that's kind of by design. Again, the oven has also been preheated already. It's been preheating for, scrape the pizza bit. It's been preheating for about an hour now for, let's see, at 500 degrees. For further information, so you've never used truffle. Well, it's an extremely expensive ingredient, which I was able to find at one of my local higher quality grocery stores. But even that was in canned form. I would never ever use the fresh kind. I'm not nearly confident enough to do that. But anyway, if you never try, you never know. So anyway, one more thing I'm going to do with this bit of crust here. I was going to try and actually pre-cook this crust, so I have an easier time getting it on and off, and also get a little bit more crisp in the pizza as well. Let's see now. So let's see now. Oh wait, this Alfredo sauce is getting a little gloppy, little stringy and whatnot, which I was kind of afraid of. And I think it's too late to undo that, but oh well. I think at this point I need to take it off the super high heat and put it maybe onto this low warm zone, whatever crap this is. Yeah, swirly, 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 swirly. I think I would have done better again, like I said, to maybe add a little flour, make a roux out of this before adding the cream and the Parmesan cheese to this. But I'll use it the best I can. Drinking Sierra Nevada Big Little Thing IPA. Well, the wording on this Gamma Bomb is kind of funny. It tells a story. This is 7.2% ABV, by the way. Not sure how many IBUs it says it was. I think this had IBUs on it at one point, but not anymore. But anyway, once there was a dictator so evil that he forced upon the masses a beer that had no soul. But then, one good-hearted scientist, or perhaps many, posing as one, rose up and concocted an evil, dethroning formula and saved the world. Gamma Bomb IPA, an iridescent IPA. Is it iridescent IPA? Yeah. With flavors of citrus, pine, and a dry, resinous finish that explodes with hoppy goodness. Pull the pin. Can I pull the pin on this? No. This grenade won't go off. But this one will. So anyway, let's get the surface of this going. Of cornmeal as always. Should probably go liberal on the cornmeal, but then again, this is a very, very small pizza crust, so I don't think I need too much of this. And of course, because it's a Dayton pizza, let's also add some salt to it. Uncle Chuckles is here. Hey, how you doing? Says, good evening, Chef. Good evening to you. And then Billy Rossi says, can you get some Sierra Nevada? Yeah, I've seen Sierra Nevada. I've seen plenty of it here in Dayton. Speaking of Sierra Nevada, I'm trying to remember if it was Sierra Nevada or something. Maybe it was Lagunitas. That's leading me to my video, what I'm going to do next week. Let me just give this Alfredo sauce a stir with some grated truffle in it. And again, Uncle Chuckles, if you just joined us, again, I'm making a pizza, a double truffle and mushroom pizza. Got one truffle in this Alfredo sauce. These are the sauteed mushrooms, which I sauteed earlier. The oven is heating up, and in fact, I think I'm gonna, let's see, is this at the point where I can use it? Let's see. Although I don't think having a super grainy, gloppy, then we'll put that on the simmer side. Or maybe an acid, maybe some vinegar in this would have helped. Although I think it's too late now, but oh well. Back onto low. Something to melt the cheese, and I think it's melting fine. But I think the time has come for me to take this half portion of pizza dough. I'm only making a half size, by the way. Weather is warming up. I'm excited, says Uncle Charles, and I'm excited for that too. I can finally get outside and ride a bike without having to worry about freezing to death. Now, as you know, in the past I've had trouble loading pizzas onto my pizza stone. That's usually because the weight of all the toppings pushes it down, even despite a thorough coating of cornmeal and salt. So I'm going to pre-cook this crust for about 2 minutes in the oven just to aid in that regard. Plus, it might give it a little bit more of a crisp. So let's see. There we go. Perfect. Now that I think ahead, and I didn't think ahead, but I have a thing anyway. Pot holder. Hot. So anyway, preheat the crust. There's that. Now, 2 minutes. That should be more than enough. I think I'll be fine there. Stir up some more of this. So now I got a question for you guys here. I've already got used the full truffle. I'm also going to top it, in addition to the mushrooms, with some of this black truffle carpaccio, which is basically super thin slices of black truffle. Should I put this on before I cook and let them cook in the oven, or put it on afterwards? Or should I do both? I'm not sure. I've never tried cooking truffles like that, and I'm kind of scared to. Because it's a very, very high quality ingredient, and it's got a very, very subtle flavor, so I kind of don't want to ruin it. Since putting this back in the burner, it's even on low, the sauce is getting a little bit better, a little bit nicer, which is great. So Uncle Chuckles up in Fort Wayne. That's northern Indiana, if I'm not mistaken, northeastern. I've been to Fort Wayne once or twice to their sports arena to see some indoor gridiron football. A couple times I was at I can't remember. They've had a handful of teams there. I can't remember what they were called. It was either once or twice. I don't remember. They got a great minor league sports scene, though. I like that about Fort Wayne. Northern California. So Uncle's chocolate side sprinkle on top after, but not really sure. But let's find out. We got 5 seconds to go on the crust. There's a little more bit of cornmeal to be safe. Turn that off. Ah, no! Something happened! Something weird happened. This might be the end of the video. Look at this. Look at this. It inflated like a balloon. What the hell? What the hell happened? Oh my god. Of all the things that could have gone wrong, I did not expect that. But you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's just deflate it a little bit. Actually, I think we can still work with this. We might still be able to work with it. Peter bread. It was it wasn't like Peter. It was literally like inflated like a balloon. I'm just a little bit of folding this that I couldn't get, but you know what? I think I can still work with this. And you know what? I am going to work with it. I don't care. I've got sauce, I've got mushrooms, and I've got black truffle carpaccio, and I'm going to put them to use no matter what. But holy crap, that, again, of all the ways that this could have gone wrong, that was the last thing that wasn't even on my mind. All right. I'm rolling with it. Note to self, next time I do that, maybe only preheat the crust for 1, or maybe just do it for maybe 30 seconds or so, just enough to crisp up the bottom. But that's how you learn things, by screwing up like that. Or just experimenting. Anyway, so there, let's do our sauce here. Let me just switch it back to just the main mode. Switch to OBS, main only. There we go. Let's see here. I probably should have done some fork bubbles on this whole thing, but oh well. I still can't get over that. That was weird. Switch back to... Have I used truffle oil? No, I have not. I've heard that stuff actually isn't made of truffles, though. It's just a synthetic flavoring, but still good nonetheless. Although I'm sure they do sell natural truffle oil, so... Oh well. And put that in the sinks that don't need it no more. In fact, I should shut the burner off. So anyway... Alfredo sauce, consisting of only 5 ingredients. This is butter, cream, heavy cream, garlic, Parmesan cheese, and grated black summer truffles. So here we go. On with this runny Alfredo sauce with lots of bits of truffles in it. Of a single truffle, I should say. I'm hoping the weight of this sauce will prevent any explosion by this. And you know what? I realized I forgot to do something. I forgot a very, very critical and important step, which I got to do right as soon as I'm done with the sauce. And that's chop up the mozzarella. I got a chunk of fresh mozzarella. And I never even thought to put that, to prepare that. Anyway, let's just see a little more of this there. There you go. I'll just take this out and pop, 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 pop. Be on the safe side, make sure nothing explodes again. So now, here's the mini cutting board. Let's just see. How are Bob and Joe the Raptor? From what I understand, there's some stuff going on with their family, and I'm not going to get into any details with that. It's their story to tell, not mine. I'm assuming they're dealing with some family stuff right now, so, and that is all I'm going to say. If I can open up this bit of but then again, Billy, you probably already know from what's been talking about what's going on with that. But again, let's just not my story to tell. But anywho, what is my story to tell is how I'm going to chop up that bit of, what is it, mozzarella. So let's switch back to, I wasn't recording either. Oh, reconnection successful. Oh. Got a scary message there that said at OBS disconnected for a bit, but thankfully it wasn't for very long. Here we are with that. So I'm only going to use half of this block here, so since I'm only using half of the dough, so it makes sense. There we go, with that. Put that there. Ow! Even though there's no burners on, it's still pretty hot, this surface. Chop. Chop this back up. Billy found out about my channel through his, and thank you very much. And though, yep, I owe Bob quite a bit, and not for nothing. So anyway, let me drop that. I think I'm just going to sprinkle these bits over here. What the? Just make sure you sprinkled up even. Let me switch the cameras back to whatever angle this was. Main only. Yeah, there we are. But anyway, back to Bob and Joe. They haven't really told me much. I mean, they've said that well, their one family member was recently got out of the hospital. There was further family issues, which again, not my story to tell. So I'll be respectful and just not say anything there. He hasn't messaged me, but neither he nor Joe have messaged me about anything since then, but they got stuff they gotta do, so and I respect that. Anywho. But anyway, I think that's a good spread for the mozzarella. Billy says you're gonna make banana bread tomorrow. Ooh. Nice. I'm trying to remember. I've always heard that with banana bread, that's just using spoiled or maybe not rotten, but old bananas, so. But anyway, that's good luck on that. So anyway, next thing's next. Let's get a sprinkling of some mushrooms. Some salt mushrooms that I sauteed just moments ago. Don't really want to. Well, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to underdo it either. And I'm curious how these will interact with the fresh mozzarella the way I arranged it. And bink boink. Me saying random thingamajiggers, thingamabobs. Let's just see. Do I like key lime pie? Yes, I like key lime pie. In fact, recently off camera, I've been fiddling around with making cheesecakes. I mean, you saw one or two videos I made. Not really a video, but just a short of making some chocolate cheesecake. I've actually also tried making some New York style cheesecake a couple times, or a few times actually. And I've had varying degrees of success with that. And you're making me think that maybe I should try making a little key lime pie next. That is pretty good stuff. Working up a sweat here. Let's deal with that momentarily. Garbage into garbage. And I don't know if you can see what's going on down here, but you know what? Heck with it. I have decided, you know what? One half of the pizza I'm going to put truffles on beforehand. But maybe this front side up where there's a lot more room. I'll put those on beforehand, so we can have a side-by-side comparison. Now these have been preserved. I'm going to put these in the spots where there aren't any mushrooms. These have been preserved, if I remember correctly, in olive oil, so they're not going to go bad at all. I mean, these are actually well past their so-called expiration date, but I think they're still good. I think they still smell perfect, so. Oh my god. Oh, I got a strong whiff of it, and oh my goodness. Now I know why this is one. I've said it before, but further proof why truffles are one of the most luxurious ingredients in the world. And I'm fiddling around. Put that there in that blank spot. Let's do this. Come on, come on. Put that there, split this up. Put a little piece there. Put a little piece there. Got some room here and there for two more, I think, and that'll do it. Then I'll put it in the oven for 8. I almost slipped out of my hands. I'll put it in the oven for 8 minutes. Hope it doesn't inflate like a balloon again. And then have me some luxury 5-star pizza, hopefully. So let's just see, that goes there. Put that there. Okay, I think that'll do for now. Olive oil all over my hands. So now, oven is still hot. Put this off to the side. And let's, again, fingers crossed that we can get this on here. Oh yeah, it slides on here perfectly, so at least the part of the pizza sliding onto the peel when pre-cooked works. Maybe it needs to be a little bit less, but anyway. Actually, you know what, I'm having a little bit of fun. Drizzle a little more. Drizzle just a teeny bit more Alfredo on it, just because I can. A few more drips. Few drips ought to do, give it a nice taste, give it a nice, that'll do. So anyway, back into the oven with this for 8 minutes. Hot. There we go. And set the timer, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minutes. So now, 8 minutes to kill some time. Actually, I'm gonna have a little fun and munch on one of these little slivers of black truffles. Oh God. Yeah. It's so luxurious, it's so delicate. Everything I've read on cooking, everything but one thing I've read about cooking about the black truffle and how to use it. The black truffle is king and all ingredients must bow to it. Basically, don't put any, the flavor is so great of black truffles and so profound, but it's also a very, very delicate flavor. It's not exceptionally strong. So if you pair with other strong ingredients, you'll lose its flavor. You'll basically lose all of its impact. So it needs to go in light dishes, and so that's why I felt Alfredo sauce and mushrooms would be decent complements for it. Which reminds me, got to keep this out to put these on at the end. Meanwhile, let's do a little maybe preliminary cleanup. This goes back into my pantry somewhere, if I can find out where I put it first. Right there. Stretch it out everywhere. Let me see. You know what? Let me think. That's garbage. Garbage. Cling wrap, which I'm going to take my extra piece of the other half of the pizza crust. I'm going to put this in the freezer and use it, hopefully, in a future video for something else that I've got concocted up and cooked up. It will be a pizza, obviously, but what flavor, you'll just have to find out. Leftover dough in the freezer. Leftover, leftover Alfredo sauce. I thought I had a little container for that with 5.5 minutes to go in the cook. Where is it? I think I put it somewhere hot here. If I can reach it. This little 16-ounce container. Dump this in there. I'm definitely saving this for later with some more pasta and such. Get some fettuccine. This will be excellent with that. You know what? One little taste with nothing. I put a little extra garlic in that one in. Perfecto. So we have that in the fridge. Screw it, lick some more. Finger licking good. Oh yeah. Get some more wrap for the mozzarella. You can see the fun part of cooking food, which is, you know, as you all know, the not fun part of cleaning up, but it's a reality. But I just want to do whatever I can while the pizza's cooking, so I don't have to do it when the video's done, because I'll be tired as you know what. Let's see. There. This goes there. Leftover, let's see. Leftover mushrooms. This little box ought to do. Maybe put this, oh, I could put this in that pasta sauce as well. But keep them separate just in case, anyway. There we go. Put that in there. Now what else? Don't need this black truffle no more. back in the fridge. Let's see. Cutting board. Clean that later. This. And it didn't really touch much, so. Towel goes there. This goes back in here. Jam it in there. Jam it. 2.5 minutes left. And possibly the most important part, put away the remaining beer in my mouth. Not all at once, obviously. Now where is that cutting device? And I realized I put my fork away too soon to get the rest of the truffles out, so get another one. Let's see who else. Anything new here? No. But going back to the cheesecake thing, Uncle Truffles. I've had Uncle Truffles. That'll be my new name, Uncle Truffles. That's what my nephew's gonna call me. But anyway, back to the trouble with that. What were they? I forgot what I was gonna mention. Oh, going back to the cheesecake thing, Uncle Truffle. Oh, damn it! I did it again. You got me on the Truffles and Uncle Truffles thing. If I say it one more time, I'm going to call myself that for the next live stream. Hold me to that. So the Uncle Chuckles, there it is. Back to the cheesecake thing. I had an idea. That one cheesecake that I made with the chocolate thing for those shorts, I'd like to combine that with something that's kind of popular here in the Dayton, Ohio area. The same store where I got those truffles is called Dorothy Lane Market. And they have a nationally recognized pastry called the Killer Brownie. Basically, it's 2 layers of brownie with either like chocolate chips, pecans, or a bunch of other stuff in there, sandwiched between a layer of caramel with actually those mini wrapped caramels and such. And it is, oh my God, you cannot believe how good it is. It is decadent, it is tasty, it is just, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. It's 25 seconds to go, but I want to do sort of like a cheesecake version of that. And I've heard the way to do the caramel stuff is just to take some of them, just normal pre-wrapped caramel candies, melt them with some cream, and then to sandwich them in between some normal brownie batter. What would happen if I did that with cheesecake batter instead? That might be worth an experiment. But until then, let's just settle for a truffle pizza if it's any good, if it's not inflated. No, it's not. It's fine. It's wait a minute. Let's see first. Yeah. I don't know. Let's switch to the overhead camera and let's see what you guys think of it. Top only. This is curled up a little bit. It's kind of inflated a little bit, but not exceptionally so. Cheese, I think, as the mozzarella is melted out and spread out evenly, which is obviously a good sign. So again, this side has cooked truffles in. This side I'm going to do it without, or do it afterwards. Billy says your leftovers would make a great omelet. That's not a bad idea. So anyway, let's switch back to our primary camera. So now, back onto this surface here. I think this, I don't know if it burned a little bit. Let's take a look under the crust. No, it didn't burn at all. Thank goodness. So I'm going to do something strange. This pizza to the left, I'm going to put some uncooked truffles on it as much as I can, or as good as I can. The other side will be truffle free. one, and it's got crunchy junk on it. Crunchy junkies on it. Oh, that's... Yeah, this is a delicate operation. Delicate ingredients requires a delicate hand. And if I'm the most delicate hand you've got, you'd better run. I think this jar might be done for, so this is a good video, and then I got rid of this jar. Or emptied everything, so, oh, okay. Eat this. Alright. Truffles have been laid down. Wipe my brow with something here. So let's see here. You know what? I want to see if I can't get a close-up of this pizza here, which could make a nice thumbnail for something. Let's get ahead in front of the camera. Get behind it now. Move to the front. Turn it down now, y'all. Zoom in this time. Tilt down this time. Zoom it in. All right. So what do y'all think of that? I'll take that as a thumbnail. So now let's get back here. See the contents right below the bit there. Zoom it out. Zoom out a little more. I forgot where I was as far as this thing is concerned. Oh, I think it was right here. That'll do, I think. Speaking of omelets, I have made frittatas in the past before, or basically Italian open-faced omelets. Just basically took eggs, either beat them up or take some of the cartoned eggs, toss in some junk into a like a 9-inch cake pan and just bake it in the oven, and there you go. But anyway, there is the pizza. So let's chop it up. It is crispy like a local pizza ought to be. And its truffle smell is just very prevalent, and I like it. I'm worried it might be too crunchy, but you know what? Actually, I might just do one cut like this, just because I don't feel like my Dayton forefathers will punch me for it. Actually, nah, I'm gonna do it anyway. That was tough. Very difficult. Finger lickings. All right. So, first things first. This little quarter has no truffles anywhere. Sort of the control. I'll take a I'll take one crusty side. Cleanse my palate. IP as a palate cleanser is probably a bad idea, but who cares? My pizza, my rules. My show, my rules. Anyway, piece of truffle pizza with no truffles, just in the sauce. Part one, cheers. Mm-hmm. Mm. This is good. Mm-hmm. That piece with the mushroom on it, it is good. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if I can taste the truffle in this or not. Maybe I got residual truffle taste in my mouth from some snacking. But if I don't, then it's cool that the truffle flavor got into the sauce like that. I think I got it. But that's me. But anyway, next thing's next. Let's see. Get a piece of truffle here on this to get a bite of the pizza with the truffle just on top and not baked into it. Part 2. Cheers. Truffle intensity increased. And it is good. And again, I think I made the right choice of ingredients with the Alfredo sauce, something that's creamy but not too intense, something that can let the truffle luxuriousness and its delicacy shine through. It's a good idea. The only knock I can give this pizza, the crust I think is a little too crispy or chewy. It's not thick chewy, it's very, very crispy. It's kind of crispy chewy. I think that's kind of messing up the balance of everything. I think maybe I shouldn't cook it for as long next time. Maybe 6 minutes or maybe a little bit afterwards, but that's the only issue I have with this pizza. Other than that, it's perfect. Next, third, get a corner piece which has a baked in truffle. This is where I'm kind of concerned, so here we go. Baked in corner of the truffle pizza. Here we go. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I think the truffle sort of lost its edge after it was cooked. There's another piece here with some truffle cooked on it. Yep, it definitely lost a little something when cooking, so I can still taste it a little bit, but it's nowhere near as present as if it was just laying on top of the pizza after it was cooked. So, lesson learned. If you're going to make truffle pizza, don't bake the truffles into the pizza. Layer them on afterwards. And where's the leftover crusty bits? Wash it down. And now time for the last one. A piece with both baked in and non-baked in truffles. I think this is going to be no different than the truffles that are just laid on top. But let's find out anyway. Here we go. Good. But again, it's about the same, like I thought, as the pizza with just truffles laid on top. So anyway, now we know. If you got some truffle carpaccio and you want to make it a great, great pizza, just a pizza dough, Alfredo sauce, mozzarella, maybe some mushrooms to fill it out, and just lay the truffles on after you're done baking it. And make sure not to make it too thin and not to make it crispy. So overall, I'd say it was a success, and we learned something, which is probably even more important. Let's get back to the chat. Yep. So Billy's going to be heading out. So again, thank you for coming in, and good night. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. But before I sign out, I got some Ace pineapple cider here, as is my tradition. I will attempt to chug this entire thing. Now let's see if I can open it up with this broken bottle opener, wine opener. No. Oh, yes! It wasn't gonna... A celebratory chug. Rinse this out first. I don't want my cider tasting like IPA. I mean, IPAs are decent, but I love my cider. Anyway, cider in the glass. Excuse me. Dump that in ya. So now the celebratory cider chug. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't already, although if you're watching this live, you've already subscribed. But anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share with your friends, all that stuff. Click the bell icon. And make sure to watch your videos. Make sure to watch my videos. Make sure to watch them all the way from start to end. That helps up with the minutes and such. Although, with this channel with as low subs and views as I've got, it probably doesn't make a difference. But anyway, here we go. Celebratory chug. Thank you. That's good cider. So, once again, if you got ideas for videos I can make on this channel, whether it's beer, whether it's, food or anything else, leave a comment down below. Put something in the chat, I might see it. Otherwise, again, don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell icon wherever it is to be first to be notified of future videos. Click the all videos option. Once again, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a great evening and a great weekend. So let's end the stream here. Goodbye for now.